The Haunting of Frostvale, a Christmas nightmare. It was the coldest Christmas Eve Frostvale had ever seen. Snow blanketed the small town like a frozen curse, muffling sounds and casting eerie shadows under the streetlights. The town was famous for its picturesque cottages, festooned with twinkling lights and evergreen wreaths. But this year, something felt off. Marissa, a single mother, had just moved to Frostvale with her 8-year-old son, Jamie. She had rented the old Grimsby house at the edge of town, ignoring the townsfolk's warnings.
The house doesn't like strangers,
The grocer had said cryptically, handing her a loaf of bread. She laughed it off. Superstitions were the least of her worries. As Marissa unpacked boxes in the dimly lit living room, Jamie tugged at her sleeve.
Mom, there's a man in the yard.
His voice was small, but his words sent a shiver through her. Marissa peered out the frosted window. The yard was empty, except for a snowman Jamie had built that morning. Its grin, made of pebbles, seemed wider now. She dismissed it as a trick of the light and ushered Jamie to bed. That night, as Marissa wrapped Jamie's gifts, a soft hum echoed through the house. It was faint, like a distant carol, but the tune was wrong, melancholy and off-key. She followed the sound to the living room, where the Christmas tree lights flickered erratically. Beneath the tree was a present she hadn't placed there. The wrapping was old, the paper yellowed and brittle. A single tag dangled from it. To Jamie, from Santa. Her heart raced. She hadn't bought it. Trembling, she unwrapped the box. Inside was a cracked snow globe. She shook it, and instead of glitter, red flecks swirled around a miniature version of their house. Jamie's scream tore through the silence. Marissa sprinted upstairs to find him standing at his bedroom window, staring at the snowman in the yard. Its grin now stretched ear to ear, and its stick arms pointed toward the house.
It waved at me, Mom.
Jamie whispered. Marissa pulled him away from the window, heart pounding. She tried to laugh it off.
Snowmen don't wave, sweetheart. You must have imagined it.
But as she tucked him in, she noticed his frostbitten fingertips. How had they gotten so cold? Around midnight, Marissa woke to the sound of footsteps, slow, deliberate, and coming from the attic. She grabbed a flashlight and ventured upstairs. The attic was freezing, her breath visible in the beam of light. At first, she saw nothing but old furniture and cobwebs. Then, in the far corner, she spotted a rocking horse, moving back and forth as if someone had just dismounted. Her flashlight flickered. The hum from earlier returned, louder now, filling the room with a suffocating presence. She spun around to see a man in a tattered Santa suit, his face hidden beneath a cracked porcelain mask. He held a sack, its contents writhing as if alive. Marissa screamed and ran, slamming the attic door behind her. Desperate for answers, Marissa went to the town historian, Mr. Finch. He paled when she described the masked Santa.
You should have listened,
He whispered.
That house, it belonged to Horace Grimsby. He was a toy maker, a cruel one. They say he lured children to his workshop, promising gifts, but they were never seen again. After he died, people reported strange sightings, especially around Christmas.
Marissa felt sick. Why, Jamie? Why now? When Marissa returned home, Jamie was gone. The front door stood open and footprints led from the porch to the snowman. It was no longer a snowman, but a grotesque figure. A towering monster of ice, adorned with coal-black eyes and a gaping mouth. The snow globe from earlier lay at its feet, glowing faintly. Inside, Marissa saw Jamie banging on the glass, screaming silently. A chilling voice echoed.
A trade! Your life for his!
Marissa agreed without hesitation, stepping toward the snowman. As she touched its icy surface, her vision blurred, and she felt herself being pulled into the snow globe. Suddenly, she was inside the snow globe. She turned to leave, only to find herself face to face with the porcelain-masked Santa.
Merry Christmas!
He rasped, before everything went dark. The next morning, Frostvale woke to find the Grimsby house empty. Marissa and Jamie had vanished, leaving behind a single snow globe on the porch. Inside was a perfect replica of the house and two tiny figures, frozen in time. To this day, the townsfolk avoid the Grimsby house, especially at Christmas. They say the lights still flicker, and on quiet nights, you can hear an off-key carol echoing through the snow. And if you ever find a strange gift under your tree, think twice before opening it.